Hello everyone! So today we have some Dollar Tree kitty cats that I picked up from, the Dollar Tree. So I did this video upcycling these last year and they did come out with these cats again. There is a little bit of a difference from last year to this year, but my whole take on these is that these are some of the worst painted. They are Dollar Tree. I mean, that's Dollar Tree quality. They're some of the worst painted figurines. And last year when I saw these, I thought the structure and the actual mold is adorable, but the paint is just trash. It's trash. And so I thought I could paint these better. They also had these pumpkins, which I'm going to have a second video come out when I'm making these. These are painted even worse. It's just like, these were on a Lazy Susan. They had the white, orange, and yellow and spun it around and held the paintbrush up to it and they called it a day. So I'm going to have a 2-part video of these. And here you can see I start a fresh slate. I completely cover these in black acrylic paint, and I love this brand, Craftsmart. This is some of the best acrylic paint. It dries super flat, and I never have any like bubbles or cracking in it. But these are just some of the other colors, as well as these new brushes that I'm trying out. And spoiler alert, I try them. They're not detailed enough for me. I actually end up going back to my OG brush that I used last year. But before we get into detail painting, we're going to paint all of the bigger pieces. So I know it seems maybe kind of a waste of paint or a little redundant to paint the whole figurine black. But again, the paint jobs on these were so terrible that it was easier for me to just paint them all one color. And since I know that this black paint is just a really quality paint, I just decided to paint them all in black. And I did the same thing last year too. So I'm using these new brushes. I did get them on Amazon and I hate it. I actually ended up painting over the face, and then I'm trying the next smallest brush thinking, okay, I just picked a brush that was too big, or what I thought was going to be small enough, but it wasn't. And even the smaller one, I hated it. It wasn't fine lined enough. It is, but it isn't. I was being particular because I wanted to replicate them from the ones last year. And I will throw a picture up of what the ones last year look like, because they are a little different. The ones this year, they added this collar on them, whereas before it was just a fabric collar. So I actually ended up, instead of just going down all the sizes in the paintbrushes, because there actually are even smaller ones than this, I was getting frustrated with myself. And I'm just showing you guys I kept all this footage in here so that you can kind of see, more the gist of the painting, but as well as like the difference. So you're going to see the difference from I paint the face black again, and I end up going back to my OG small nail brush. It's actually meant for doing nail art. And I end up using that. So even though all of this face painting is getting put on, I end up going over it with black paint again. Another reason why I love this black acrylic paint by Craftsmart, I can do one coat of just painting over and bam, that's one coat of black paint over all of that. And this is my OG paintbrush. It's super fine, super thin. And I end up painting all the cats with this. So now we can kind of get a little bit more into talking about the painting. So I'm using all acrylic paints here, and acrylic paints are just fine to use on these. Don't break the bank with them. You just want a steady hand, patience, and have fun with this. This is supposed to be fun, right? So I'm just following the lines that are already molded into the cat's face, because they did a great job at giving these cats a very mid-century vintage Halloween cat look. But again, the paint was just awful. So I am going back through those details and I'm going to accentuate and highlight. We're going after you know, the classic kind of red, orange, and white here of those cats. And I do color variations. And I just love how, you know, you're going to use your paints to layer and accentuate and highlight all of the features on the cat. And they're just smooth, slow strokes. This is sped up, I think, 4 times 4, maybe times 5. So I'm actually painting very slowly. I'm bracing my pinky against the figurine, and then I'm just doing these smooth one direction strokes. I'm not painting back and forth. And the way you get the kind of lighter, thinner line at the end is as you're painting across, you want to start to lift your brush up ever so slightly. I put that little white highlight under the cat's nose. I ended up taking that away and just painting back over it because I didn't like it. And again, this is for you to just kind of trial and error if you want to try this out, which I hope you guys do. If you don't like it, just paint back over it and start all over. I know that can be frustrating. Trust me, I was frustrated with myself. I went through 3 different paint brushes thinking, oh, I've got new paint brushes and I'm gonna do so much better with these. And I ended up hating them. So you just have to kind of go with the flow sometimes, take a deep breath, come back to it another day or an hour or whatever, you know? So the details. It's just being patient, taking your time. And if you mess up, which I mess up, trust me, I mess up. My daughter comes in the room. She knocks into my chair. I bump it. It's, you know, I'm never crafting by myself. My daughter's typically in the room with me, crafting at her desk with me because it's kind of our thing to do together. So it's just seeing what you like, pick whatever colors you like, whatever color combos. I do recommend having white as one of them just to bring out the features and highlights, but whatever kind of colors speak to you. And you'll see as I show you the other cats. I don't have footage of me painting the other ones just because it's kind of redundant. And part 2 of this kind of series with the pumpkin stacks that video is going to be much more detailed of painting faces freehand. So this, at least you have the option to paint with the guides of what's already there versus the pumpkins are freehanded. So I just am putting the band on the hat and I'm just painting all the little details. I will paint the collar orange, and I really did kind of, I don't know if color block is the right word, but I did color match each one. So whatever the color of the hat is, I made the collar the same color and the pumpkin that the kitty is holding or is standing behind the same color as well. The collar I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with the collar as far as how I wanted to paint it, but I know that with these, what makes these really stand out is putting in the layers and the lines and accentuating all of the grooves. There I was just using my heat gun to dry the acrylic because it takes it literally it's 3 to 5 seconds with a heat gun on acrylic paint. So you can bubble up your acrylic paint and crack your acrylic paint if you hold the heat too close or you hold it too long in one place. So just be mindful of that. I use a sweeping motion when I'm kind of letting it dry. So I've got all of this matching, and I'm going to go through with this thicker brush. Again, this brush is from the Dollar Tree. I mostly use Dollar Tree products in this video. The only thing that's not from Dollar Tree is the black paint, some of the acrylic paints, but some of the acrylic paints are also from Dollar Tree. And then my really fine brush. But I'll try to link as much as I can of the products because these are still available, most of the products. I will try and link as much as I can in the description box below. So after painting the collar orange, I'm just going through and I'm cleaning up, and it's a little bit, it's focusing on my hand instead of the figurine, but I go through on the underside of that ruffled collar and just create a cleaner line with the black and the shadowing of the collar. We are going to put some chenille bow tie around the neck at the end here. So it doesn't have to be perfect. And this isn't perfect. Mine's not perfect either. It's just having fun creating and painting. And I love crafting for Halloween. It's probably my first favorite, and then Christmas crafting. But I love making these little pumpkins. They're so fun. So again, I'm just following through, and I've created these little lines. You saw me add lines too on the collar, and you can see it there in the frame. And I'm painting off frame. I'm so sorry. I'll get back in frame in just a second here. And then I'm just highlighting what's already there with the white. And it's just the same process over and over again until you get what you like. So even though I don't show you guys painting all of them, all 3 cats, I will show you where my stages were. So I finished orange, and then I went on to green and purple. And so these are just the stages. I gave them freckles. I highlighted with their kind of corresponding greener colors. And then once they were all dry, I did give them a spray, all 3 of them, with the Rustoleum's 2x Ultra Cover Matte Clear. This is my ultimate go-to. I love this. I love this sealer. It gives us this glossy shine, but it's matte. It's like not too glossy. It's not glossy. It's a matte coat, but it has a little shine to it, and I'm not mad. That's what I like about it. It's like a glistening matte, if that's even possible. Anyways, this is all of them completed, and I think the purple might be my favorite, but I'm also purple and green are my favorite colors, so I had to do purple and green, and then I did an all green one. So, but I think purple is my favorite. And these are all listed in my Etsy shop, and I did buy these in bulk on Dollar Tree's website, which if you didn't know you can buy on Dollar Tree's website, but you do have to buy in bulk. So I will be having quite a bit more of these coming out. It just takes time. So now we're going to add the chenille collars to the cats. And I also got these at the Dollar Tree. They come in this variety pack, and I love this because I have so many ideas for those. And I have to probably go back and get some more, or I can probably order them in bulk online. So what we're going to do is take one chenille, and I'm going to pinch the chenille together, or pipe cleaners, pipe cleaner chenilles, whatever you want to call them. I'm pinching it, and then it kind of creates this U shape. And then at the end there, I'm going to bend them back, and this is going to create the loops for the bow. And then what we're going to do is it's going to come together and tie together in the front to create a bow tie. So you can kind of see the idea there, but explaining this is going to be rather difficult. So I'm just going to sit back and let you guys watch how I get this together. Again, story of my life, I'm out of frame. But more or less, you're just twisting the pipe cleaner around itself to kind of lock it together. You're just like, it's a one big twist tie, essentially. So you just want to manipulate your bow however you want it to look. And once you're happy with how it looks, or if you hate it, undo it and try again. So I don't hot glue these in place. Last year I put these big bow ties from ribbon on them, and those were hot glued in place, but these I did not glue in place. I just felt like I didn't need to. And then that way, if you wanted the bow to sit off kind of to the side or in the center or what have you, or take it off completely, you can. So I just give it a little fluff, I give it a little twist, and then we've got this adorable little bow tie. And I ended up using the same color chenille on all 3 cats because the orange and black just really ties Halloween in, and I just felt it still went. I didn't want to be so matchy, so I thought the orange on the green and purple cats was a nice Halloween touch, if you will. Another thing too that I will do is I will link the original video I made last year, just a heads up, a lot of the audio is gone. This was before I got monetized, and so I had copyright music on it, and I had to have the music removed, and some of my audio was also removed with it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. They're available in my Etsy store, and I'll see you for part 2.